Hey guys, we are trying this once again. This is my second attempt. Jerry Landry here with the Weathered Shed. Hello, hello. Come on in and join me. I am getting you guys pulled up on my iPad. Hopefully, I will be able to see you guys and see comments. I apologize for being late. I had a little bit of a technical difficulty. It looks like we might be okay now. Let me see. Let me get you guys pulled up. Say hello as you come in. We are doing an extremely large piece today. So I kind of had it set, the camera already set in place. Hopefully I won't have to adjust it too much. I am doing it on its side so that I can get it into the camera, guys, because this is a 23.5 by 30-inch piece of board that we're working with today. So it's extremely, extremely large. So say hi as you come in. I want to see if I can see comments. Give me some thumbs up and some hearts. Let me know that you're tuning in. I would love that. Say hi. Say hi, say hi, say hi. I am so hoping I can see you guys today. Please say something to me. Let me know where you're tuning in from, because you guys know in the past I've had problems with my comments showing up, and it's so stinking frustrating. I was just going to grab the diagram. So this is part of the IOD gallery wall series that I have been doing with you folks live. You can download this template off of the ironorchiddesigns.com website on their underneath blog. You will find all of the video instructions for each and every one of these pieces. The one that I'm doing today is called Boho. It's 23.5 by 30-inch board, okay? But this entire gallery wall series can be cut from one single sheet of plywood, you guys. So for this particular project, I'm gonna just read off what you guys are going to need is your plywood board, cream-colored paint, 3-inch painter's tape, which I don't have, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna get around that. A pencil, a ruler, a square ruler, box cutter, charcoal gray paint, a light gray paint wash, a chisel brush, which for this one I probably won't be using. You can modify this however you choose. An Iron Orchid Design Distress Decor stamp, guys. This is the Distress Decor stamp we're going to be using. I'm so excited. Brand new. I've not used this stamp before. We're also going to use Kindest Regards, which you guys know is one of my favorites. So we're going to be using that one. And we're also going to be using a portion of the beautiful Bohemian Border transfer, okay? So that is what this project entails today. And I've written myself out a few brief instructions to follow along with, but I have gone ahead and I have sanded my board. I've pre-painted it. It's actually painted in a creamy white. I used American Paint Company Home Plate is the color. I have already, I did put a light top coat over my chalk paint because I'm kind of testing out our transfers with various different top coats and paints. So I have gone ahead and done that. I've let this cure for 24 hours, guys, which is what you need to do when you paint your board. Let it sit for 24 hours before you do this project so that it makes sure that the paint is completely cured and you're ready to go, okay? So I've gone ahead and I've measured in 1 inch from the outer edge of my board, okay? And then I've made marks all the way around. We're gonna be creating a faux mat with some painter's tape, okay? So I've measured 1 inch in and I've taped off 3 of the sides already just to save time. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tape off my last one. Now when you're running the tape, you're gonna go to the inside of those marks that you made and lay down your tape, okay? And you wanna run the tape all the way off to the end of the boards. And the reason you're doing this is because we're gonna create mitered corners. If you've watched any of my other demos, you know what I'm talking about. So we wanna create nice, crisp corners because again, we're creating a faux mat. So you want to have the tape run off the end, and then we're going to be mitering the corners, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're going to take our straight edge ruler, all right, we're gonna put it in the corner here, and we're simply going to cut off those flyaway ends of the tape, okay, with your box cutter. So you just kind of hold this in place and then gently press through your tape. And cut off those flyaways, okay? You can use the straight edge to pull the tape up against. Oh, it looks like I got it actually wrapped around the bottom of my board. Hang on. So let me get that off of there. All right, and then you're just gonna go like that, lift and pull it off. So you see how you're creating that really nice clean corner there, guys? And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side, okay? Creating nice clean miter, using your straight edge, like that, and run your blade, whoops, against that straight edge to cut your tape off, okay? Pull up against it, and there you have nice clean corners, and you're gonna do that all the way around, all right? All the way around. And again, this is a huge board, so I have it on my smaller table so that I'm not leaning over as much, because I have had, if you guys don't know, I've had a couple of back surgeries in my lifetime, and leaning over things or doing excessive bending does not agree with my back. So we're working on a smaller table so that I don't have to lean over quite so far. It's not good for me. So you just gotta bear with my body and my moving around of the board surface. I'm gonna make sure that you guys can see as best you can, because again, it's a huge board, guys. 23.5 by 30. So this is gonna be a major player on the wall, the gallery wall, once I get it all up. I cannot wait, you guys, to get all of these done and do a big reveal and show you guys how it looks in my actual living room. Won't that be awesome? So I am still not seeing comments, of course. Not seeing comments, which really, really stinks. It stinks to no end. So it said there's that little bubble up in the corner that everyone keeps saying. You press that, it actually wasn't off. Now it's saying it's off, so I have no clue. I have no clue. So let me turn my thing this way and see if that makes a difference. Nope, I can't see a darn thing. I can't see a darn thing. So frustrating. I'm gonna actually go off of here and I'm gonna come back in, refresh my iPad, and hopefully I'll be able to see you guys. All right, I'm gonna turn my board a little bit here so you guys can see this other corner that I'm doing. See how simple that is, guys? Looks like I got my tape wrapped around the bottom again here. I must have went too long. All right, so there we go. So I've got my mitered border here. So the next step, guys, is to simply paint this outer edge. I am just going to do a couple of edges just so you guys don't have to wait on me and literally wait for paint to dry. So I am going to just get my paint together here. And you're just doing this very charcoal colored border. for your edging, okay? Oh my gosh, I see comments, yay! I went out of there and went back in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So you're just literally going to paint that outer edge, guys, in this dark charcoal gray, okay? And I'm not gonna worry about my edges right now on this live, but I do wanna get a couple of the edges done just so you guys can see for purposes of this demonstration, okay? So you're gonna just keep painting along that edge like so. And this can just be any charcoal-y paint that you have laying around. I literally, earlier this morning, just blended together a couple of kind of chalk style paints that I had laying around. That's what I use. I just mix them together to create a darker color that I liked. But if you have an existing chalky color, you can do that as well. Okay. Yay, I can see. Hello, Liz. Hello, Renee. Hello, Dee. Hello, Julie. Woot woot. Hey, Sally. Hey, Shelly. All right. I am so stinking happy to see you guys. So I lied. I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to go all the way around because it goes so fast. And then I can do the outer edge off camera. We don't have to do the outer edge. Just want to get the top done, the top side done pretty good so you guys can see it. And this will be a little longer video again because it's a full-fledged project, guys. I'm just cutting corners a little bit to save time. So feel free, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you jump off and jump back on and watch the replay. I totally get it. So I'm going to hit this real quick with my blow dryer. So I'm not leaning into the paint. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Dee from Rio. Welcome, welcome. This is going to dry very quickly. Okay, so what I read to you guys earlier when I read the list, which by the way, the product list that you need, the supplies list is all available on Iron Orchid Designs to do this project. It calls for a 3-inch painter's tape, guys. So this would have been a 3-inch painter's tape. However, I did not have 3 inches. So I am improvising a bit, which you guys can do as well if you don't want to go out and buy. So my tape was, what do I have here? The tape that I used is literally like 1 inch, okay? And then I have another 1.5 inch. So I am going to improvise by using my 1.5 inch with my 1 inch, okay? Because all I'm trying to do is get a nice inside border, okay, that I can place down my transfer and do my stamping inside of, because you want a thicker mat on the inside, okay? So that is what I'm doing, and I am just going to go ahead and I'm going to measure in now to that. Let's see, so that would have been 1 inch. That would be, I'm going to measure into the 3-inch mark. Which would in essence give me the same size of matting, right? Pretty much, pretty close. So we're gonna go with that. I'm not worried about it being exact. Again, you can modify, these instructions any way you choose. You can make your faux mat thicker, thinner, whatever you wanna do. There's no wrong or right, and you have artistic freedom, guys. That's what's so awesome. So I'm just literally putting some marks in at 3 inches all the way around, okay? And then I'm gonna lay down my tape again. Does that make sense? Like so. And this moves along pretty quickly. It's a little extra step, but again, you know, it's a workaround if you don't have that thick of a painter's tape, which most people I don't think do have that thick of a painter's tape, because a lot of times our projects, we don't need that thick, right? So we use like a 1 inch or a, I'm just grabbing a paint cover. Hang on, guys. I'm just grabbing something to put my paintbrush in so it doesn't dry out while I'm doing this, okay? All right. Okay, so I've measured all the way around, and I'm gonna take, again, my 1.5 inch tape that had other paint on it, I see. All right. I almost went to the wrong side. You guys see that? All right, so I'd have to go to the inside of that because again, I'm just adding on to my existing matte border there. And where's my scissors? I'm gonna cut this like that. So again, it's okay to improvise if you don't have all the things you need. And I'm hoping I have enough tape on this roll because it's looking skimpy. Hopefully I do. I think I do. All right, anybody have any questions? And guys, all of the IOD, the Bohemian transfer that I'm using, the stamps that I'm using, you can get all of them on my website at theweatheredshed.com. I do have them in stock right now. So if you decide you want to make this project or any of the ones that I have demoed, you can get all the products out there. Cool, look at that, I made it. All right, so I've got this one I must have stretched a little bit. I've got my border, my faux mat laid down, look at that. And you wanna make sure you really press down those edges that you don't have any bubbles in them because we're gonna do a wash later. And you definitely don't wanna have any of your paint leak underneath. If it does, you can always fix it, just paint right over it, okay? So the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Bohemian, hey Sue, hey Amanda, I can see you guys, hey Annette. We're gonna use this awesome, amazing Boho decor transfer. Look at the colors in this, you guys, it's gorgeous. When you open it up and take it out of the tube, there's an applicator stick, it's plastic. And then your transfer will be on a nice gridded backing. You want to make sure that when you unroll it, you keep it on that backing sheet to protect it. Because if it sticks, if it lays down on a dirty surface or anything like that, it will pick up dirt and things like that, okay? So I am going to just kind of line this up with my edge inside the edge of my border that I have taped off, okay? Because that is where I want to place this. Now, one of the nice things you'll see, guys, is there is a grid, okay? There's a grid in here, and you can use that to help you with cutting, to line things up where you want them to be able to cut them off, which is just awesome. That's one of the things I love about these transfers specifically is that they have those to be able to help guide you. So it's looking to me Okay, I think I've got my line here that I'm going to be cutting on. And then just keep that backer sheet on there while you cut on your line. It helps you cut pretty straight. Like that. And then I'm going to take the piece that I'm not using, I'm going to roll it back up, put it back in the tube for safekeeping, okay? Because you don't want to get any, like I said, any dust or anything on it. And I can use that for another project, all right? So I'm just putting it right back in the tube like that. I love these tubes. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. And now I'm going to take this off of my sheet, my protective sheet out of the way. And again, you just want to kind of move this around without pressing down on the design and get it lined up where you want it. Okay, like so. Concentrating. I'm going to be a little, I think a little short on this one corner. Let me see. I think I cut a little crooked on this one side, but that's okay. I will most likely do a little bit more distressing on the design once I get it down anyhow, so I'm not too worried about that. Where's my tape edge here? All right, so I think I've got it where I want it. All right, so I'm just gonna lightly press it down with my hand. Okay, kind of getting it to grab to my surface. Like that. And then I'm gonna take my applicator stick. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? Look at the colors in that. Isn't it beautiful? Hey, Kellyanne. Video keeps cutting out. Must be on your end. Is anybody else having problems? So I am just going to take my applicator stick and I'm going to start transferring the design, guys, right onto my surface. Okay? Just like that. My gosh, so gorgeous. Cannot wait. This is a beautiful, beautiful design. Oh my goodness. I have seen this done on vintage trunks across the bottom of the trunks. Just simply gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. And I'm kind of lifting the film as I'm going along, creating a bubble under there, if you will, because that actually helps transfer the design a little bit faster, like that. And if you pull back the sheet and some of the design lifts up, you just lay it back down and rub it back down. Simple as that. Look at how gorgeous. And see this? This is all distressing built right into the design, you guys. It is stunning, to say the least. Stunning. This is definitely going to be a showcase piece on the gallery wall. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So for anybody watching that has been experiencing the same issues going live that I have been with the comments not showing, I think I may have figured something out. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. Can you say gorgeous? Holy buckets. That is beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure your hands are nice and dry and clean. Just start going over it with your hand. Okay, making sure you don't have any bubbles. Okay, that everything's pressed down really nicely. So use your hand first, and then you're going to take a shop towel and you're going to burnish this in, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So stinking gorgeous. Love, I know, don't it? Isn't it cool, Renee? Oh my gosh, so stinking cool. Violet's Junkyard Gal is in the house, you guys. Go over and follow her page. She is a local DIYer like me. So show her some love. Love, love, love. Oh my gosh, look at that. So you just take a towel and you're burnishing it in. So with pressure, just rubbing down on the transfer, making sure that it's down really well. Okay, just like that. This is called burnishing. Get all those edges, because we're going to be doing a wash up here, so you want to make sure that these edges of this decorative design up here are really pressed down, because you don't want to get any liquid underneath them. Okay. All right, so there you have it. Gorgeous! Oh my gosh. All right, so my next step is I'm actually going to go over my border edge here a little bit more again, where I see some white showing, because I actually do want to do a peel and reveal with you guys on this video. So I am going to be pulling the tape off. So I want to get this edge pretty good while I move on to the next step. This can be drying, which is good. Okay. Because you guys are gonna love, love, love how this turns out. It's gorgeous. It's gonna be gorgeous. Gorgeous. And even if my paint is not 100% covered, it's fine, because I will most likely be distressing my edges anyhow. So I just want to get one more little coat on there, and that's good to go. Okay, so this next step, we're going to be doing a dark wash up on this half of the board, okay? So again, you're just going to take water and your paint. It's just going to be a watered down paint. So probably like a 50-50, if you will, type of a wash, or even less. It just all depends on, you know, the look that you are going for. So I'm again just taking my existing, I want to dump some of this water out, so bear with me guys, because I think I have a little too much water. And you're not going to need a lot for this part either, because a little goes a long ways when you're doing just a wash over something. So you're just going to take your paint and you're going to go like this. Okay, and get some wash on the top part here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm taking a rag that you want to have dampened, okay? So wet a rag, another shop towel, get it wet. I'm just spraying it with a spray bottle, okay? And then you're just gonna take and drag that wash down, creating kind of a striation effect, okay? Does that make sense? So if you want it darker, you can make it darker. Just add some more of the wash. And again, just drag it down and get those striation lines in there. I like that word, striation. Sounds cool, doesn't it? Getting down in between those arches, right? So you're pulling it right on top of your transfer, and we're gonna wipe that off in a minute. But just, yeah, take and drag. Getting down in there, like so. And I actually don't mind if it's lighter and darker in areas. I love that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave it just like that. I like how that looks. I'm gonna take a clean area of my rag and I'm gonna wipe off my design like that. Okay, see how I got some of the stuff off of there? Just like that. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna hit this with a blow dryer. You definitely want to make sure this is dry. Doesn't take much to get it dry at all. All right, so we can move on to the next step, which is our distress stamp. And again, like I said to you guys, this is my first time using the distress stamp, so I'm excited about it. When you get the IOD stamps, the first thing you want to do is you want to condition them once you take them out of the package, okay? Hi, Linda. So, hi, Sally. Thank you. Yeah, it is gorgeous, isn't it? So you want to take your stamp out of the package. And again, this one is called Distress. And you can get these on my shop site at theweatheredshed.com. Pull it out, okay? And you want to take the top sheet off of your stamp, okay? And just set that aside. And you want to take a fine grit sandpaper, which, do I have some? Let me grab one. Hang on a second, guys. Where is my sandpaper? I got a little piece here. So you want to take a fine grit sandpaper, guys. This is called conditioning your stamp. And you just want to scuff over the stamp. Why? Because this gives your stamp, it takes off whatever was on there from manufacturing and gives your stamp more tooth, okay, to grab your medium. So you just want to go both directions on your stamp a couple times, conditioning my stamp, okay? All I'm doing. Give that a little shake. All right, now look at how this looks, you guys. This is the distress stamp. Isn't that flippin' amazing? It literally looks like distressed paint, guys, in a stamp. Stinking amazing. Okay, so what I like to use as for my brayering, I just take a board that I have laying around in the shop and I take press and seal. This is another tip for you. I take press and seal, I cover my board in press and seal, and then that way I have a surface that I can brayer on. It sticks to my board really nicely. This is great for to use these if you're doing a workshop, because then you just pull off the press and seal, throw it away, and easy cleanup. So this is what I like to use. Okay. So I've got my press and seal down. And I'm gonna use 2 different colors in this final process. So I'm just gonna put some paint on 1/2 of my board right now. So let me, knowing me, I'd end up slopping onto my surface. So I gotta protect my surface because I'm sloppy, guys. I'm sloppy. I am a sloppy artist. And I'm grabbing my brayers. And now I'm going to take, for this step, I'm actually going to take a lighter gray color. I actually am going to use, where is my paint? I'm going to actually use a General Finishes color for this step. It's called Seagull Gray. Seagull Gray is pretty light colored, but you want to see a nice contrast against that striation that you did. So that is why I'm going to use this particular color. I know I shouldn't use my scissors to open my paint, but I am. And look at this, guys. This is how long it's been since I've used this paint. It's actually got a little rust up in there. That is too funny. All right, so I'm just gonna dig out some. I'm gonna put that down here because again, I am gonna use 2 different colors on this board. You won't need a ton of paint for sure. And take my brayer. I'm gonna load up my brayer. This is an IOD brayer, guys. I love these brayers because they're hard rubber. You get a nice thin coat. Okay, set that aside. And you just want to coat your stamp like this, okay? You don't want to go all the way to the edge because we want a very non-uniform kind of look we're going for, okay? So, and I'm going to take my stamp, and all I'm going to do is, and if some gets on my actual boho design, it's okay because I'm going to wipe it right off, okay? Or you could leave it because look at it's adding that distressing in there. Can you guys see that? It may be hard to see on the camera, but it looks stinking awesome. It looks awesome. So I'm gonna get some more on here. And you wanna shift your design around because you don't want it to look like any noticeable pattern, right? So again, I'm just gonna come up here and do some over here. I kind of like to just like tickle my design like so. All right. And I think I got some more on here, so I'm just gonna go over here. Can you guys see that at all on the camera? I know I'm far away, so I don't know how much you can pick up on the camera. And I need to get some up in this upper corner here. So I'm gonna do that. And again, just be careful holding up your edge when you get by the, you know, the painted border area. All right. And I think I want a little bit more right here. Like that. Cool, okay. So again, I'm gonna hit that with the blow dryer. So we're creating layers, you guys, layers of texture. You were on pins and needles, Renee. Yeah, that would be something that I would end up doing, my dear. It would be. It would be something that I would totally screw up. I would totally mess it up. So right here, there's some on the border right here. I'm gonna just kind of gently rub a little bit of that off. But leaving it on there too just adds again to that, you know, distressed image. anyway, so it really looks cool. But can you guys see that? I don't know how well you can see that, but it, like I said, it adds a level of dimension on top of the striation you've got going on. It's probably hard to see, but once I do the next step, you're gonna be able to tell why that's important to have layers. Up close, it looks awesome. But in order for me to fit it on the camera, I had to go really high with my phone. All right, I had to take a drink. So the next step we're gonna do, guys, is we are going to do a dark charcoal gray now over the top of that for the Kindest Regards portion. So this is, I love this part. So I'm just gonna dump some paint out on here. Like that. Get my brayer. I might need a little bit more than that. Okay. Load up my brayer again. Got my Kindest Regards here. One of my favorite stamps. Okay. And you want to move kind of quickly because you don't want the design to dry, because it will dry fast when you're using the chalk style paints, guys. Look at that. And then just do another little bit up here, hopefully. Oh, I love it. I love that. My goodness. Now this, I'm gonna hit that with a blow dryer. I will probably distress back a little bit. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love it. Okay, so let's do the peel and reveal. And like I said, I'll go back and paint the outside edge of my boards, but I want you guys to see the final outcome. So I'm just taking my blade of my my box cutter. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at this. And again, if you end up with any bleed, you can just simply take a small brush, touch up the edges. Holy buckets. How cool is, oops, how cool is that? Now right here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but part of the boho transfer in this one corner was actually attached to my tape. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay that down. I'm gonna take my box cutter and I'm gonna go along that edge. Hopefully release that from the tape. Yeah, that worked. So you gotta be kind of careful about that. There we go. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, you guys, this is so stinking cool. Isn't this cool? Look at this. How gorgeous. I know you guys can't see the whole thing, but isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So gorgeous. Love it, Linda says. Isn't it beautiful, you guys? That faux mat just really makes it, doesn't it, you guys? Spending that time doing your taping, oh, it's just gorgeous. I am so in love. I will take a full picture when I am done with this, guys, but thanks for tuning in. That is all I have for today, guys. So have a great rest of your day. Love you all. We'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye-bye, guys.